Goody 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 everyone, this is Dayhawk bringing to you episode 48 of Shaman King 2021. So, the last time we seen our heroes, the Yoh Yohs, Lyserg is burning Bron alive. And just as I suspected, he survived. Yeah, he survived. And as he was burning, Lyserg was reminiscing of how he was the one that, led me to where I am today. And then, just reminiscing because I feel that Lyserg, felt like he owed it to him to say, hey, it's because of you that I came so far. It was you that, I started with you with my Shaman King journey. And, I'm sad that it had to come to this, but it is what it is. But as he was reminiscing, he was shot. And again, he survived the flames, and he said that, your flames weren't hot enough to kill me. And now that Lyserg is dead, he is going to kill the rest of them. And then Lady John decided that it was time for her to do something since she's the only one not caught in the web. And so she uses her oversouls like the guillotine and slices one of Bron's arms, and he is caught in another oversoul called the Skull and Knee Crusher. But apparently it didn't work, and he oversold his old body. So as you can see from this picture, I mean, the crusher is still there, but the rest of of his body is transformed into a giant spider. And just when Jam was the first to go, Lyserg appears and just stops him. And how did he survive? Marco ended up saving him once again through his bulletproof glasses. When Marco has bulletproof glasses, is there such thing in the real world? I need to know. I want to have bulletproof glasses. I'm not sure having bulletproof glasses would do me any good, but it's nice to have, I guess. And that's when, at last, Lyserg used cremation, and you already know what happens then. He turns into ashes. Now, Bron is dead. Now it leads to the Volcano plant where Magma resides. And Magma tried to kill Apache, which it happens twice already. They're trying to get rid of Apache. I'm like, poor Apache, she's been a target for just 2 patch members already. And so Magma tried to attack Lady John because he figured, well, I need to get rid of the healers first before I go after the main fighters. And just when we thought that, yeah, John is going to be killed, John was not in the Iron Maiden at all. And it was discovered that John's furyoku is depleted, because not only that she used her furyoku to at least try to stop Bron, but she also used use it to resurrect Horo and Ren. And they're upset with themselves. They're angry at themselves. And John stood behind. She is still at the valley plant, so she's not gonna join the rest of the Yoh Yohs into the final plant, in at least towards the altar of the king. And Magna tried to go after Ren, and as you can see from here, he's getting electrocuted. And as you can tell, Ren is holding Magna off. And there's something that Apacho neglected to tell everybody, I guess. And Apacho, she has the ability to read people's minds. How, you may ask? Well, Yoh kind of wondered, something is up with Apacho. And he just said to her, "What is Ren thinking now?" And Apacho said, "I don't know. He has a lot of big words in his head," and also mentions that he's very angry at himself. And that's when Yoh figured out she could read minds. And he wonders, why did Hao leave her behind with them? What's going on? Even I wonder, why leave somebody behind who has the ability to read people's minds? I'm curious. And meanwhile, in the next couple of scenes, the families of the Asakuras, Horo, and the Tao family, including the ex-followers of Hao, they look like they're having their final supper, because they're all together trying to cook a meal, and they're just, they're not enemies, they're not friends either. They're just hanging around what looks like to be the last day on Earth, and so nothing much happens here that I can tell. They're just preparing for what it looked like to be their last supper. And then we get to see Lady John just bathing herself, knowing that her furyoku may not recover in time, and all that she can do is pray for a miracle, pray for the well-being of the 5 warriors, that sort of thing. And so we get back to the fight, and Yoh said, "Just pick a technique already, just get it over with, Ren." And as Magna was about to do a sneak attack, he decided a technique, and that's the end of Magna. Yeah. Now here is the part where I never saw coming. It was so weird. And yet, would I be surprised? Okay. So Hao reaches to the final plant, and guess who greets him? If I can pronounce the name, it's Rutherford. Sorry. And he is an alien. Yes, guys, you heard me. He is an alien and a member of the Patch tribe, and he rules the space plant. So eventually the Yoh Yohs will have to deal with this alien in the final plant. An alien? Really? Okay. Alright, I guess. So, Ruth and Ford, leads Hal to the chamber, to the altar of the king, while he talks about how Mew came to be. And it's just, the story he tells is very similar to Atlantis, of how Atlantis was far beyond its time in terms of technology and all that good stuff, because as you remember with the legend of Atlantis, that its people just became smart or whatever. Well, the story is that they were advanced before their time, and then of course something bad happened, either by natural causes, natural disasters, or human greed, made the continent collapse, and then natural disasters hit, and it just caused it to sink to the bottom of the ocean. It's the same story with Mew here in Shaman King. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just the Atlantis storyline. That's it. And how they created the plants, and yeah, it's not a big deal. If you know the legend of Atlantis, then you already know the legend of Mew. That's pretty much it. And we get to see the altar of the king, where we see the great spear from behind. There's the throne room, and then you see a skull sitting on the throne. And apparently Hal knows this person as the old king from 500 years ago. So he knew this king. And then we get to the next plant, which is the lake plant. And Radim is there, and poor Radim, he is one of those people who doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight the Yoh Yohs because I assume that maybe he likes them and doesn't want to do this, but it's its duty, because in reality they are technically going after the Shaman King, and it's his job, including the other Apache members, is to protect the king. He's just doing his job. And so he uses the mic in Platinum Sword, where his mic turns into a sword. I thought that was pretty cool. And all the while, here's another shocking part. The kids, the children who control the golem, is in the bottom of the ocean trying to find Mew to stop Hal. I'm like, really, kids? Really? You're gonna make things worse. You're gonna get in the way, man. Don't do it. But I don't know how Mickey Heath is gonna stop them, because they're way ahead, and they even said they're gonna punch through the air wall. So is the continent protected? Because if it's protected, I don't think the kids can get through. But if it does, well, they don't have to deal with, the previous patch members, since they're dead. So they can easily pass through. Of course, I'm sure Lady John may have to stop them from going any further. I assume she will, because they're gonna get in the way. They are. And all the while, Radim is fighting Yoh, and then Ryu comes into the picture, and then Lyserk, and guess what? They're having just like the others, they're having a very difficult time dealing with him. And I'm not sure if they underestimated him, because we all assumed that he was the announcer and just like announcing matches and assuming that he's the weakest of the members, but no, he is not. He holds his own, and you kind of have to have a lot of respect to him, because he's the only one who tells them, please give up, go home, please, I don't want to do this. Because he even says, like, so please give up and just give up on your oversouls, because he pointed out that even if you get past me, how much oversoul do you have left to face the other members? He has a point. They don't have some kind of magic bean that they could eat and they could replenish your furyoku. That it's not. They don't have that. And that's why even if they manage to get past every member, what makes them think that they will be able to kill Hao while he sleeps? Because I'm sure he has some sort of protection, or maybe they will arrive too late, which I assume they will arrive too late. So by the time Hao becomes king, it's already game over. How much furyoku would they have left, and how many members of the Yoh Yohs will remain standing? That's the question you need to ask. You know, the Yoh Yohs are in a lose-lose situation here. Anyway, so Radim tells him to give up, go home. But Ren even points out, look, it looks like you don't have the guts to kill us, so we're not gonna give up, and we're gonna go through you and move on to the next plant. And here is the part where I never saw coming. Radim said, okay, alright, you made your choice then. And he just immediately stabs Faust. And I'm sure Pacho was sitting with Faust because he's been riding with Faust the whole time, and you could see Apacho's head sitting on Faust's lap. And I don't know if Apacho read his mind and dodged, or she was killed along with Faust. We don't know yet. But this last scene, he just immediately stabs both Apacho, maybe, and Faust through. So Radim means business, guys, and that's how it ends. Oh man, we're getting close to the finale, guys, here. Very close. And honestly, I'm starting to not like the ending at all. I'm hoping that it's gonna be a good ending, but something tells me I'm not gonna like the ending at all. I don't. I already told you guys my predictions of what's gonna happen in the end. I hope those predictions are wrong, but I don't know. I feel uneasy, guys. I feel uneasy. I felt that the moment the Yoh Yohs first started on this video game trip to the to the altar, they're in a rut because there's no way they'll be able to obtain their furyoku and also have their people stay alive long enough to reach the altar, because already Lady John, her furyoku is depleted. They had to resurrect 3 people already, and if Faust gets killed off, there's no one that be able to heal them and resurrect them, because John's furyoku is gone. It will take a while, and Hao has already made it to the altar, so it's only a matter of time before he's gonna be put to sleep. So they're in a rut. They're in a rut right now. So unless someone were to able to steal the remainder of the elemental spirits, and if they were able to master them, they might have a chance against the patch. But I don't see it happening. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? The episode itself, it is what it is. I'm just shocked that one of the members of the patch is an actual alien. And the whole quickly stabbing of poor Faust and possibly Hopacho. So, yeah, that's kind of rough. But we'll see. What do you guys think about the episode? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? If you dislike it, what if you had the power to change it, what would you do with it? And of course, did I miss anything? Anything at all? Just write in the comments below. Give a like if you like it, and please subscribe. And I'll see you all on the other side of oblivion. Johnny!